God's advice today. Have you ever felt that God is trying to speak to you, yet in the busyness of life, His signs go unnoticed? This message invites you to pause, reflect, and open your heart. Perhaps this is exactly what you needed to hear today. Watch until the end with openness, and if these words touch you, leave a like, subscribe to the channel, and turn on the notification bell to receive more messages like this. Don't forget to check the pinned comment for a 1-minute prayer and a recommended message to help strengthen your faith even more. God said, "My beloved son, incline your heart and remain firm in the certainty that nothing escapes the care of my hands, for every detail of your journey is woven into the purpose I designed for you before your formation. And even when the battle feels too heavy, it is there that I am shaping your strength, expanding your vision, and preparing the ground for the abundance that is already on its way." Remember what my son said in Luke chapter 1 verse 37, "For with God nothing shall be impossible." Keep this truth alive within you, for when the doors close, I am the one who creates paths where there wasn't even a road. And when your heart tightens, do you feel that you are ready for a profound change in your life and in the lives of those you love? Sometimes all we need is a small step of faith to open the doors of abundance, peace, and the blessings that God has already reserved for us. A simple 1-minute prayer can be the beginning of a spiritual journey that transforms the inside and reflects on the outside. If you desire to attract more light, balance, and prosperity, spiritual and material, click on the first comment. There you will find a simple practice, guided with love, that can help you connect more deeply with the divine presence in your life. I am your comfort, the one who surrounds, heals, and lifts you up. And when you think you are alone, I come even closer, sustaining every step that fear tried to paralyze. Nothing can frustrate what I have decreed over your life. No human or spiritual resistance can stop what I have already released in the invisible. And so I tell you, continue, my son, because your harvest has already begun to sprout. Your days are being aligned with my favor, and the wind that once pushed you back will now be the same that propels you forward. Declare it with faith and rest in my love, for I guard you, protect you, and will lead you to the destiny I have prepared for you. Comment, I trust in God's love, He is my refuge. I saw you when exhaustion tried to convince you that there was no way out, and I saw you when you silently fought not to fall apart. I know the days when you woke up carrying a weight no one noticed. I know the nights when you lay down with questions that seemed to have no answer, and I know the tightness in your chest as you tried to keep hope alive. My son, I was there, in every tear, in every sigh, in every moment when you wanted to give up but chose to wait just a little longer. And it is because of this silent faith, this perseverance that few saw, that I am moving heaven and earth to honor you. Nothing remains stagnant when I decide to act. What seemed unchangeable is becoming malleable, what seemed dead is being rekindled, what seemed impossible is bowing before my command. The time of harvest is not just a metaphor, it is a spiritual reality being released over you right now. Comment, even without understanding, I trust God's plans. My son, listen to me, do not fear the process that brought you here, for nothing you lived was by chance. I am the one who turns chaos into promise, desert into pathway, and tears into fertile seeds that produce future. You did not realize it, but in every dawn of anguish, in every tired sigh, in every battle fought in silence, I was gathering everything and turning it into purpose. As it is written, in this world you will have tribulation, but be of good cheer, I have overcome the world. John chapter 16 verse 33. And because I overcame, you will also overcome. Many of your tears were invisible seeds that no one saw, seeds of faithfulness, surrender, trust, and courage. And now the time has come to see sprout what you sowed with so much pain. Nothing escapes my justice. Everything you gave, everything you endured, and everything you maintained even when weariness pressed you will be returned to you multiplied. And it will not be a small or delayed harvest. It will be abundant, accelerated, and surprising, because I have already released over your life a decree of restoration. I have already commanded the wind to blow in your favor, the doors to rise before you, and that which oppressed you to retreat completely. Walk with confidence, for what once seemed impossible will now become evident. I am with you, and nothing can stop what I have already determined over your story. There are things you did not understand while they were happening, and moments when you questioned whether I was truly with you because everything felt too heavy, too fast, too unfair. But, my son, what you saw as loss was actually deliverance. What you saw as delay was aligning you with what you asked for in prayer. Many times, to give you what you have been seeking, I must first remove what would prevent your victory from standing. I need to take you out of environments that would weaken your faith. I need to separate you from people who wouldn't support your growth. I need to protect you from situations that you only later realized were destructive. Everything I removed out of love. Everything I ended for your protection. Everything that seemed to collapse was actually being rearranged. Now you will see that no loss was truly a loss, it was preparation. Comment, I feel the hand of God, He lights my path. Did you know that there is an effective method to attract greater financial prosperity? This technique can help transform your deep-seated beliefs and change the way you perceive reality. It had a profound impact on my life, and we would like to invite you to explore this special practice. When we trust that God wants to act in our lives, we gain the courage to ask Him directly. God desires to bless each of us in a unique and wonderful way. That's why it's important to seek His blessings with faith and confidence, believing that He has a special plan for you. If you would like to support our work and the team dedicated to bringing content that inspires and transforms, we invite you to check out our product. The link is available in the first comment, so you can discover how this technique can also help you on your journey. Your contribution helps us continue sharing messages that make a difference. We deeply appreciate your trust and support. My child, take a deep breath and listen. I am with you. Just as I promised, fear not, for I am with you. Be not dismayed, for I am your God. I will strengthen you. I will help you. I will uphold you with my righteous right hand. Isaiah chapter 41 verse 10. You are not walking alone, and you never have. When your strength ended, mine began. When your path darkened, it was my light that guided you. When your heart ached, it was my hand that held you. And now, in this new season unfolding before you, my presence will accompany you with even greater intensity. The wind that once seemed against you will begin to blow in your favor. The things that were stuck will begin to move. The signs you asked for will start to appear. And you will understand, with clarity, that everything that wounded you did not defeat you. It simply revealed how deeply I have been guarding you. My child, what is coming cannot be compared to what has passed. You were in a cycle of struggle, exhaustion, and resistance, but now I am placing you in a cycle of advancement, provision, and renewal. What once drained you will now strengthen you. What once held you back will now propel you forward. I am restoring your inner energy, cleansing emotional weights that kept you from breathing freely, dissolving confusions that clouded your thoughts. The Holy Spirit is entering the hidden places no one else could reach, reorganizing everything: memories, fears, insecurities, silent prisons that followed you for years. You will feel a lightness you have not felt in a long time. It is not psychological, it is spiritual. It is not coincidence, it is intervention. It is not luck, it is promise. Comment: I trust in the love of God, He is my refuge. My child, listen to the truth that brings freedom. Greater is He who is in you than he who is in the world. 1 John chapter 4 verse 4. Within you is a strength that does not come from human knowledge or temporary motivation, it comes from me. There are spiritual treasures deposited within you that are being activated in this time. Your spiritual sensitivity will increase, your emotional clarity will expand, your intuition will be sharpened, and your wisdom will multiply. You will no longer walk blindly, for I am opening your eyes to perceptions you never had before. You will recognize opportunities others overlook, have discernment to avoid traps, and possess courage to embrace everything I place before you. And when this new level manifests, all will know it was not your strength, it was my hand. I also tell you, my child, prepare yourself for the unexpected. There are blessings that will arrive so quickly that your heart will be moved. There are answers that will come without human effort, simply because I have decreed their arrival. Doors will open effortlessly, people will come into your life to favor you, paths will become clear from one day to the next. And you will remember every night of pain, every silence, every desert, not with sorrow, but with gratitude. For you will see how much you have grown. You will see how much you have matured. You will see how solid your faith has become. None of it was in vain. You were being prepared to carry something greater than you imagined. And that greater thing is approaching. My child, keep this truth within you. He who began a good work in you will carry it on to completion until the day of Christ Jesus. Philippians chapter 1 verse 6. I do not begin anything to leave it unfinished. If I started your restoration, I will complete it. If I initiated your renewal, I will finish it. If I began your deliverance, I will bring it to fullness. What wounded you will be healed. What was stolen will be restored. What exhausted you will be replaced by new strength. You will witness my faithfulness in the details, in small gestures, and in major turning points. I am leading you into a time when your life will become a living testimony of my presence. And many who saw you fall will also see you rise, not for pride, but so they may know that I am God in your story. Receive this word that ends and begins at the same time. Your cycle of suffering has ended. It does not mean everything will resolve without challenges, but it means you are now under a spiritual movement that nothing can stop. Anxiety will lose its power. Pain will lose its voice. Fear will lose its grip. Your soul will be strengthened, your body renewed, your mind illuminated, your spirit calmed. And you will become what you were always destined to be, a child walking in the fullness of purpose, in the radiance of my glory, and in the security of my hand. You will see the goodness I have declared over you. You will reap what you sowed with tears. You will enjoy what has always belonged to you from the beginning. I am your Father, and your future is already secure. Comment: I trust in the love of God, He is my refuge. My child, listen closely and receive these words into the deepest part of your spirit, for they come from a place unseen yet profoundly present within and around you. What you have walked through has never been a sign of abandonment, nor a reflection of decreasing favor, but rather a preparation woven with intention. What seems delayed to human understanding is perfectly aligned with my appointed time. Nothing I have spoken over your life has expired, nothing I have promised has weakened. I am orchestrating encounters and opportunities that will emerge from directions you have not considered and from individuals you have never met. I will bring voices from distant places to speak your name with honor. Rooms you never entered will echo with conversations about you. Situations that once felt barren will begin to flow with unexpected provision. And when this shift unfolds, you will realize that nothing was coincidence. Every season of discomfort, every stretch of silence, every moment of scarcity was rearranging the ground beneath you so that you would be prepared to stand where I am leading you. Let these assurances fill you with calm certainty. Do not allow doubt to disguise itself as caution or fear to silence the confidence I am rekindling within you. Each time you trust me beyond what your eyes can perceive, you invite light to enter the spaces where shadows tried to dwell. Heaven responds to every act of faith, even those you believed were too small to matter. When the world questions how you managed to remain steadfast through storms that would have crushed others, your answer will rise naturally from your soul. My Creator sustained me, my strength was not mine but His. Many expected you to fall under the weight of your struggle, yet I breathed renewal into you when your own breath faltered. Where people predicted your decline, I secured your foundations. And where some concluded your story had reached its final chapter, I turned the page and began to write a new beginning. Now that you have welcomed these truths into your heart, remain near me with openness, for there is still much I intend to bring forth through your life. This season you believed was the end is merely the introductory passage of a far greater purpose. What I design, no one can dismantle. What I begin, no one can halt. You have walked with bravery, even when fear whispered its threats. Yet within you lingers a quiet anxiety, a subtle dread that circumstances might worsen, as though hardship has become a part of your identity. But listen, beloved, fear is not your inheritance, and dread is not your destiny. I am not finished with you, and nothing that fights against you has the authority to define what I am restoring in you. I have seen how you have begun to accept limitations as though they were permanent truths. You have looked at certain conditions, emotional, physical, spiritual, and quietly concluded that this is simply how things are now. But I come today to break those quiet agreements. I come to remove labels placed upon you by pain, weariness, or the careless words of others. You are not defined by affliction, you are carried by strength. You are not held by insufficiency, you walk beneath the covering of abundant provision. You are not overlooked, you are intentionally chosen. And though you have considered letting go at times, when your prayers felt unanswered, when patience stretched beyond what seemed reasonable, when you questioned whether I still remembered you, still you endured. You continued to speak to me even when you felt nothing in return. You listened for my whisper even when the noise of worry tried to drown it out. You held on, not because you were unbreakably strong, but because something inside you refused to release me. You stayed, my child. And that is why I declare renewal over you now. There comes a moment in every journey when the scattered fragments of your experience suddenly converge into a coherent narrative, when the chaos that once defined your days transforms into a tapestry of intentional design. In this sacred moment of clarity, you begin to understand that nothing in your life has been random or purposeless. Every detour you encountered was actually a redirection toward something better. Every door that closed in your face was protecting you from a path that would have led to destruction. Every disappointment that broke your heart was actually breaking open new capacity within you for greater joy. The delays you cursed were divine interventions, keeping you from arriving at destinations before you were truly ready to receive what awaited you there. Even the losses that left you feeling empty were creating space for treasures you could not have held while your hands were full of lesser things. When you look back with eyes that have learned to perceive beyond surface circumstances, you will recognize the fingerprints of grace upon every season, even those that felt like abandonment. The suffering you have endured did not originate from a cruel universe seeking to punish you, but it has been transformed into a refining fire that burns away everything false within you. The illness that invaded your body uninvited has become an unexpected teacher, revealing depths of resilience you never knew existed within your spirit. The betrayal that shattered your trust has paradoxically opened your heart to a love more constant than any human affection could provide. Throughout every dark valley, there has been a presence walking beside you, closer than your own breath, steadying you when you stumbled, catching your tears before they hit the ground, speaking words of encouragement into your spirit even when your ears heard only silence. You were never as alone as you felt in those desperate hours when you cried out into what seemed like an empty void. Even in your deepest isolation, you were held, known, cherished, and sustained by an attentiveness that never wavered, never grew weary, never abandoned its watch over your fragile heart. If only you could glimpse behind the veil that separates the visible world from the invisible realms where battles are fought on your behalf every single day. The schemes that were set in motion to destroy you were dismantled before they could reach you. The words spoken to curse your future were silenced before they could take root. The attacks launched against your destiny were deflected by forces you never saw mobilizing for your defense. You would dance with gratitude if you truly understood how much devastation has been kept from your doorstep, how many times disaster was averted at the last possible moment, how many weapons formed against you were rendered powerless before they could strike. Even now, as you read these words, there are prayers ascending on your behalf, creating shifts in the atmosphere around your life. Your whispered requests uttered in the privacy of your room carry more weight than you imagine. Your tears shed in secret are collected and treasured, not dismissed or forgotten. You are not evaluated through the lens of harsh criticism but beheld with an affection so vast and unconditional that it defies all human categories of love. Your progress, though it may seem painfully slow to your impatient heart, is actually evidence of a meticulous work that refuses to be rushed because the foundation being laid must support everything that will be built upon it in years to come. In your vulnerability, in your acknowledgement that you cannot accomplish this transformation through your own efforts, there is an opening for power far greater than your own to flow through your life. This surrender, which the world mistakes for weakness, is actually the posture that allows divine strength to operate with maximum effectiveness. When you stop striving and start receiving, when you cease your desperate attempts to prove your worth and simply rest in the truth that you are already valued beyond measure, something shifts in the spiritual atmosphere. No one will be able to claim credit for what emerges from this season of your life because it will bear the unmistakable signature of supernatural intervention. Your very presence will carry evidence of transformation so profound that others will instinctively recognize you have been touched by something beyond ordinary human experience. No opinion formed about you by limited human perception carries authority equal to the declaration already spoken over your life by the one who created you. You are fully known, completely understood, entirely accepted, and deliberately positioned on a trajectory that leads to fulfillment of purpose. This is not the conclusion of your story but merely the end of one chapter preparing you for the next. There are experiences still awaiting you that will take your breath away with their beauty, opportunities that will stretch you beyond what you currently believe possible, relationships that will enrich your life in ways you have not yet imagined. A new current of vitality is about to surge through every dimension of your existence, renewing your physical health, restoring your mental clarity, reviving your emotional resilience, and reawakening your spiritual sensitivity. Prepare yourself to receive wholeness that extends beyond mere absence of symptoms to encompass every layer of your being. Release the false narratives that have been whispered into your thoughts during seasons of struggle. Reject the limiting labels that were never part of your true identity. Refuse to allow any human diagnosis to have the final say regarding your condition or your future. There exists within you a destiny that transcends every limitation you have ever known, every boundary that circumstances have attempted to draw around your life. The divine call upon your existence reaches far beyond the temporary struggles that have sought to define you, extending into realms of possibility that your present vision cannot yet fully comprehend. You were never designed to be confined by the pronouncements of uncertainty, nor were you fashioned to accept pain as your permanent companion. The very essence of your creation speaks to a higher purpose, a grander design that unfolds according to plans established long before your current trials began. These plans are woven with threads of wholeness, abundance, and a peace that defies every storm you have weathered. At this precise moment, something profound is taking place within the depths of your being. The sacred presence that formed you is actively working in dimensions that escape even the most trained observation, reaching into spaces where human hands cannot venture and addressing needs that conventional wisdom cannot perceive. This is not merely about physical restoration, though that too shall come. This is about the reclamation of your intrinsic worth, the resurrection of hope that seemed lost, and the emergence of your truest self from beneath layers of doubt and discouragement that have accumulated over time. The restoration being prepared for you is comprehensive and all-encompassing, touching every dimension of your existence from the innermost chambers of your heart to the visible expressions of your daily life. Your history, with all its wounds and disappointments, is being redeemed and transformed into a foundation for unprecedented breakthrough. Your future, which may have appeared clouded with uncertainty, is being illuminated with promise and purpose that will astonish you when it fully manifests. Pay careful attention to the subtle communications that arrive in unexpected moments, for divine guidance rarely announces itself with fanfare. In the stillness of sleepless nights, when thoughts drift through your consciousness, profound truth may be whispered. In casual encounters and ordinary conversations, life-changing revelation can be embedded. A phrase overheard, a passage read, a moment of unexpected clarity, all these can serve as vehicles for messages specifically crafted for your situation. Your needs are known before they are articulated, your prayers are heard before they find words. How many times have you communicated from a place beyond language, when feelings were too deep and complex for verbal expression? Those wordless groans, those silent tears, those moments when your spirit reached upward without knowing what to ask, every single one has been received and understood. Each tear that has traced its path down your face has carried within it an unspoken petition, and the one who collects them all is preparing answers that will transform your mourning into celebration beyond measure. A season of extraordinary recompense is approaching on the horizon of your life, and it will arrive laden with blessings that exceed your capacity to imagine or request. The magnitude of what is coming will leave you amazed, for it operates according to principles of generosity that transcend human calculation. The very places where you have experienced your deepest sorrow will become the locations where your greatest testimony emerges. That quiet corner where tears fell in solitude will witness the unveiling of your transformation. The sleepless nights when anxiety gripped your chest will be remembered as the darkness before a dawn of unprecedented brightness. Your daily routines, which have felt monotonous and heavy with struggle, will be interrupted by supernatural interventions that alter everything. When divine presence manifests in full measure, sickness must retreat from its position. When sacred glory is revealed, worry finds no ground to stand upon. When the decision to act is made by the one who holds all authority, no barrier can withstand the force of that intention. Fresh mental clarity is being released into your consciousness even now, for the adversary of your soul has employed the fear of illness as a strategic weapon to keep you paralyzed. Through whispers of despair, he has attempted to convince you that your story had reached its conclusion, that your journey had come to a premature end. He has flooded your thoughts with dark imaginings and persistent hopelessness, trying to make you believe that every effort you might make would ultimately prove futile and meaningless. But now, through the gentle yet irresistible power of divine spirit moving through your inner world, every contradicting voice will be silenced. Every accusation that has pierced your peace will be disarmed and rendered powerless. Every chain that has restricted your movement toward destiny will be broken and bleed when human willingness partners with divine power. There is something crucial you must understand and internalize deeply. Your path is uniquely yours and cannot be accurately measured against anyone else's journey. When you observe the lives of others, it may appear that only you face such formidable challenges, that only you carry such heavy burdens of pain. This perception is deceptive. The very difficulties that have marked your path are not random misfortunes but purposeful preparation for a future role of significant influence. A heart that has been broken and healed possesses a capacity for compassion that the perpetually comfortable can never develop. Someone who has been brought to their knees and then raised up again carries an authority to encourage the fallen that those who have never stumbled cannot claim. You are being prepared, through every trial and every tear, for a calling that extends far beyond your current comprehension. The sphere of influence awaiting you, the lives you will touch, the hope you will carry to others, all of this is being forged in the furnace of your present struggles. Do not resent the unfolding of your story, even when its chapters have been painful to live through. Do not speak bitterness over the difficult terrain you have been required to traverse, and do not resist the seasons of waiting that have felt unbearably long. Every moment serves a divine purpose that will become clear in time. Every experience is being recorded and will be redeemed for good. Your elevation is being orchestrated with meticulous care, and when it comes, it will far surpass ordinary advancement. The transformation taking place within your spirit will stand as an undeniable testimony before countless witnesses. You will hear people speak among themselves with wonder in their voices, asking questions about the radical change they observe in you. They will want to know what happened, what shifted, what made such a dramatic difference in your countenance and your circumstances. Your answer will be simple and direct, pointing not to your own efforts or strategies but to the intervention of the divine hand that reached into your situation and altered everything. Even your physical appearance will reflect the renewal taking place at deeper levels. There will be a vitality in your eyes that was absent before, a strength in your voice that carries conviction, and an atmosphere of peace that surrounds your presence. People will notice that something fundamental has changed, and what they are perceiving is the radiance of sacred presence flowing through your daily existence. This is why you must affirm your embrace of this entire journey, speaking declarations of faith even when feelings lag behind. Repeat these affirmations as often as your spirit needs to hear them, allowing the truth of the words to penetrate deeper with each repetition. A fresh beginning is indeed awaiting you, accompanied by profound comfort that soothes ancient wounds and provision in abundance for every legitimate need. All of this transformation originates from the inside out, for the most remarkable miracle will not be found in external circumstances, though those too will change dramatically. The greatest marvel will be the inner certainty that establishes itself in the foundation of your being. The deep, unshakable knowing that is awakening within you today possesses the power to uproot doubts that seemed permanently planted in the soil of your consciousness. As your trust awakens and strengthens, you must grasp this essential truth. The purpose behind every step of your journey has never been merely to calm troubled emotions or provide temporary relief from stress. You have been brought to this precise moment for a complete reconstruction of your entire life. The challenges you have faced were not meaningless suffering but intentional preparation. The waiting you have endured was not waste. My beloved child, as you stand in the quiet places of your soul and feel the weight of all you have endured, know that none of your suffering has been empty or unseen, for every hardship has been woven into a greater design that will one day shine with a clarity that makes sense of every tear. You have walked through seasons that felt endless, storms that made you question your own strength, and moments where the silence around you felt almost unbearable, yet even then I was shaping purpose beneath the surface. Nothing you have faced will be wasted, and nothing you have carried will be ignored. Your resilience is not an accident, it is a reflection of the divine breath sustaining you. Others may have misunderstood your quiet battles, dismissed your hidden pain, or judged your fragile moments, but I have watched each step with tenderness. And now the time approaches when what was once dark and heavy will begin to lift, revealing a path illuminated not by human understanding, but by the wisdom that flows from my eternal presence. You will see how every delay carved depth into your spirit, how every trial produced clarity, and how every wound prepared you for a restoration more complete than you ever imagined. As you rise from the places that once held you captive, I will bring revelation to those who misread your silence, those who interpreted your struggle as weakness, and those who assumed your story had reached its limit. They will witness the transformation I am unfolding within you, gradual, powerful, undeniable. Your journey will become a testimony for those who doubted, a reminder that what I begin cannot be halted by human judgment or earthly obstacles. You will walk into spaces you once considered inaccessible, and doors long shut will open gently before you because they align with what I have prepared. The peace that will settle over you will surpass what the world calls peace, transcending worry, confusion, and the constant noise that once pulled so fiercely at your heart. For authentic prosperity is not the accumulation of possessions or the applause of others, but the ability to sleep without fear, to breathe without heaviness, to see your household surrounded by harmony, and to wake each day with a purpose free from the shadows of yesterday. This is the wholeness I am releasing over you, deep, steady, enduring. I am not offering you fragments, nor do I desire that you settle for relationships that drain you, emotions that confine you, or provisions that barely sustain you. What I am shaping within you is complete. The restoration I bring does not leave hidden cracks or unattended wounds. It brings renewal in every dimension of your being, mind, body, spirit, and future. You no longer need to pretend everything is fine when your heart trembles. You no longer must wear strength like a shield while internally you struggle to breathe. Today, in the gentleness of my presence, I draw away the walls you have built to protect yourself from disappointment and hurt. I do not want my children to appear strong while feeling broken within. I want them whole, capable of feeling deeply, releasing fully, and living with courage. Surrender to me what has tormented your thoughts, the memory that still stings, the words that left unseen scars, the fears that quietly dictate your choices. You were never meant to carry these burdens alone, for my yoke is designed to fit your shoulders with ease, and my path is smoothed by love that does not fail. There will be offers that sparkle yet lack my fingerprints, advice that sounds wise yet contradicts the peace in your spirit, and opportunities that appear golden yet do not align with your purpose. You have endured too much, learned too deeply, and matured too profoundly to settle for anything that is not born from my will. Guard your heart, protect your focus, and let your spirit remain in harmony with mine. The transformation I am bringing will not remain private. It will overflow, touching every corner of your life. Others will notice the calm in your voice, the steadiness in your decisions, the strength in your posture, the hope in your eyes. They will feel drawn to the source of your peace, moved by the evidence of what my love can rebuild. Your life will become a demonstration that what once looked irreversibly broken can be restored beyond recognition when placed in the hands of the one who